Question 1. To test network connectivity, which utility would you use? A. DXDiag. B. Netstat. C. Ping. D. Telnet. Correct answer, C. Ping. Ping is a network utility used to test network connectivity by sending ICMP echo request packets to a specified IP address or host name and measuring the response time. It helps determine if a remote device is reachable and can diagnose network issues such as latency, packet loss, or connection failures. Question 2. Which Mac OS feature can be used to store passwords, private keys, and secure notes? A. Bootcamp. B. Keychain. C. Parallels. D. Spotlight. Correct answer, B. Keychain. Keychain is a Mac OS feature that stores passwords, private keys, and secure notes. It securely manages sensitive information by encrypting it and making it easily accessible for applications and services that require authentication or encryption, ensuring a secure environment for users. Question 3. In Linux, which command allows you to execute a single command as a different user? A. ifconfig. B. passwd. C. su. D. sudo. Correct answer, D. sudo. Sudo is a command in Linux that allows a user to execute a single command as a different user, typically with elevated root privileges. It stands for super user do and is commonly used to perform administrative tasks while maintaining security by requiring the user to enter their password. Question 4. To evaluate if your current system can be upgraded to Windows 8, which tool should you use? A. Windows Administrative Tools. B. Windows Compatibility Advisor. C. Windows Upgrade Assistant. D. Windows Upgrade Wizard. Correct answer, C. Windows Upgrade Assistant. The Windows Upgrade Assistant is a tool provided by Microsoft that helps users evaluate whether their current system meets the requirements for upgrading to a newer version of Windows. It checks for compatibility issues, hardware requirements, and potential software conflicts before proceeding with the upgrade. Question 5. Which of the following is used for building secure entry and computer access? A. Smart card. B. Personal identity verification card. C. Hardware tokens. D. Key fobs. Correct answer, A. Smart card. A smart card is a physical device used for secure entry and computer access. It typically contains an embedded microchip that stores cryptographic keys or other forms of authentication data, ensuring that only authorized users can access restricted systems or locations. Question 6. When trying to install a new program, the user is told that the workstation meets the memory requirements but doesn't have enough free space. Due to time constraints, the user needs a quick solution to install and access the program. What is the best option? A. Install to a network drive. B. Install to a USB drive. C. Install to a DVD-RW. D. Install to a secondary internal HDD. Correct answer, A. Install to a network drive. Installing a program to a network drive is an alternative solution when a workstation does not have enough free space. By utilizing a network drive, the program can be accessed and used without the need for additional hardware or physical storage on the local system, provided there is a stable network connection and proper permissions are set. Question 7. To bring up Spotlight while using an app, which key combination should you use? A. Alt plus Home. B. Command plus Spacebar. C. Control plus Shift. D. Option plus Tab. Correct answer. B. Command plus Spacebar. Spotlight is a search feature on Mac OS that allows you to quickly find files, applications, and other content. To bring up Spotlight while using an app, you can press Command plus Spacebar. This combination opens the Spotlight search bar, allowing you to search for items on your Mac without leaving the current app. Question 8. Which of the following tasks cannot be performed using the Disk Management tool? A. Display the number of hard disks installed on the computer. B. Create drives. C. Format disks. D. Install a floppy drive. Correct answer. D. Install a floppy drive. The Disk Management tool in Windows is used for managing and configuring storage devices such as hard drives, SSDs, and partitions. It allows users to perform tasks like creating drives, formatting disks, and viewing information about installed storage devices. However, it cannot be used to install hardware devices like a floppy drive. To install a floppy drive, you need to physically connect the drive to the system and configure it through other methods, such as using Device Manager or BIOS settings. Question 9. Which of the following starts first when a Windows system is powered on? A. BIOS. B. Boot Dyni. C. Boot MGR. D. MBR. Correct answer. A. BIOS. When a Windows system is powered on, the BIOS Basic Input-Output System starts first. The BIOS initializes hardware components, performs the power-on self-test, POST, and locates the bootable device to begin the boot process. Question 10. A user calls the help desk, stating that he can't connect to the network. He suspects his patch cable may be faulty. What is the quickest way for him to test the network cable? A. Run link test from a command line. B. Check the link status indicator next to the RJ45 connection. C. Reboot his system. D. Connect to the Internet. Correct answer. B. Check the link status indicator next to the RJ45 connection. The quickest way to test if a network cable is functional is to check the link status indicator, usually an LED, next to the RJ45 port. If the LED is lit or flashing, it generally indicates that the physical connection is working properly. If it is off, the cable or connection may be faulty. Question 11. Which OS X feature allows users to boot into Windows on Apple computers? A. Boot Camp. B. Launcher. C. Multiboot. D. BootMGR. Correct answer. A. Boot Camp. Boot Camp is a Mac OS feature that allows users to install and run Windows on Apple computers. It provides a simple way to set up a dual boot configuration, enabling users to choose between Mac OS and Windows during startup. Question 2. In Windows, where can you retrieve a file that has been deleted? A. Control Panel. B. My Computer Icon. C. Recycle Bin. D. Settings app. Correct answer. C. Recycle bin. When a file is deleted in Windows, it is usually not permanently removed right away. Instead, it is moved to the recycle bin, where it can be recovered if needed. The file remains in the recycle bin until it is either restored or permanently deleted. Question 13. For immediate recovery, which type of backup is typically stored on-site at the computer center? A. Cloud copies. B. Journal copies. C. Man-in-the-middle. D. Working copies. Correct answer. D. Working copies. Working copies are backups stored on-site at the computer center to ensure immediate recovery in the event of data loss or system failure. These are readily accessible and allow for quick restoration without relying on off-site locations or external networks. Question 14. A technician is using the command line to perform tasks on a Windows OS and needs to check which ports are currently being used for TCP listening. Which command should the technician use? A. Netstat. B. Netuse. C. nslookup. D. Ping. Correct answer. A. Netstat. Netstat, Network Statistics, is a command line tool that provides information about network connections, including which ports are currently being used for TCP listening. It is commonly used to display active connections, listening ports, and routing tables on a Windows machine. Question 15. What should a technician do when the default Windows driver for a video card doesn't support the necessary features? A. Install the third-party driver from the manufacturer's website. B. Update the default Windows driver using Windows Update. C. Flash the firmware in the BIOS to the latest version. D. Replace the video card with one that is supported natively by Windows. Correct answer. B. Update the default Windows driver using Windows Update. Updating the default Windows driver using Windows Update is a recommended first step when the default driver does not support necessary features. This process ensures that the system attempts to install the latest compatible version provided by Windows, which may resolve functionality issues without additional manual intervention. Question 16. A help desk employee is assisting a user who can print to the network printer but cannot access the Internet. What is a possible cause of this issue? A. The default gateway is down. B. The user's system has a virus. C. The user has an incorrect IP address assigned to their PC. D. The PC is in sleep mode. Correct answer. A. The default gateway is down. The default gateway is responsible for routing traffic from the local network to external networks, such as the Internet. If the default gateway is down or unavailable, the user may still be able to access devices within the local network, like the network printer, but they will not be able to access resources outside the network, including the Internet. Question 17. If EFI is used, where is the boot configuration data stored in a Windows 10 installation? A. C. Windows. B. EFI system partition. C. Secure boot partition. D. WinRE partition. Correct answer. EFI system partition. The EFI system partition is a dedicated partition on a hard drive that stores boot-related files when using the extensible firmware interface for a Windows 10 installation. It holds critical files for the boot process, including the boot configuration data, which contains the configuration information needed to load the operating system. Question 18. Which control panel applet allows access to important system information and tools, like Device Manager? A. Add or remove programs. B. Display. C. Program options. D. System. Correct answer. D. System. The System applet in Control Panel is used to access key system information and tools, such as Device Manager. This applet allows users to view and manage essential hardware components, configure system settings, and monitor the performance of their PC. Question 19. Which edition of Windows Vista does not support Aero? A. Ultimate. B. Enterprise and Business. C. Home Premium. D. Home Basic. Correct answer. D. Home Basic. Home Basic is an edition of Windows Vista that does not support the Aero graphical interface, which provides features like transparency effects and live thumbnails. Aero requires higher-end hardware and is only available in Home Premium, Business, Enterprise, and Ultimate editions. Question 20. While in command line mode, a user finds an old empty directory no longer in use. Which command will remove the directory? A. Xcut. B. Delete. C. RD. D. Erase. Correct answer. C. RD. RD is a command used in the Windows command line to remove an empty directory by deleting it from the file system. If a directory contains files or subdirectories, the Add S switch can be used to remove it along with all its contents, ensuring efficient directory management. How many questions did you get right? Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching.